Oh my God, we finally made it happen. I am obsessed with this woman. Look, I loved you and Kobe on 90 Day Fiance. Emily is here from 90 Day Fiance. Hopefully, we're going to get a pop in from our guy Kobe here at some point. But oh my God, Emily, it's so good to meet you.
I'm so happy to be here. I saw that clip of yours on our wedding and it had me crying, laughing. I was like, I need to follow her. Like, who is she? And I listen to your podcast like every time I work out. I don't even watch half the shows that you podcast about, but like, I just love listening to you talk. It's so funny. You are so funny.
Well, look, you guys were incredible on this season of 90 Day Fiance. Although I had actually just seen something where you said like you stopped watching, right? Because you kind of like cringed watching yourself back on camera.
Yeah, I probably honestly watched like 3 episodes. Our wedding episode, and our wedding episode and the tell-all. So yeah.
So, okay, tell us this. Did you have any idea? I mean, look, I adored you. Your parents were fucking a riot. Kobe clearly was like so in love with you. You loved Kobe. Look, if my parents were giving me money, like I would be taking all of it. I was like loving everything about you. But I mean, you kind of became like one of the fan villains. I mean, at what point did you realize that? And did that bother you?
Yeah. So I think I realized it when I told Kobe we should go on a date night instead of like meeting Coben right away. Because in my head, and I kind of explained it at the tell-all, where I was like, like this was our one chance really to be together, because once he was with Coben, like I didn't want to take him away from Coben. And I had been with Coben for 17 months. Like I honestly could not wait for him to like take Coben, and like do all of the things. So really I was like, it's just one more night. Like, I didn't see it as a terrible idea, but wow, did America hate it. I mean, people hated me. They hated me after that. And it bothered me for a good, like, I would say a couple of days. Like it really like got under my skin and really bothered me. And Kobe was so supportive because he was like, oh my gosh, like, I love you. Like you love me, So it bothered me, for 48 hours and I got over it.
And bothered you in what way? Did it make you think, oh my God, that was a really bad idea? Or just, I can't believe what people are saying about me. Like maybe it was a bad idea to share our lives on reality TV. Like, how did it bother you?
Oh, it bothered me because I know I'm a really likable person. And so like the comments, oh my gosh, Sarah, the comments on my page were so bad. I think I turned them off for like a couple episodes because they were so nasty. Like, and I would turn off my notifications and I wouldn't even look at it. But like sometimes you just can't help to like, like what are people saying? And oh my gosh, people are so mean. And I was like, people are so, like I told Kobe, I'm like, I would never go to someone's page and leave a comment, even if I didn't like them. Like people were so mean to me. And I mean, I can't say that I disagree with some of them because some of the things that I had done, like, yes, I was a little, snotty and I have an attitude, but also
I loved it. I loved it.
I know, I'm like, leave me alone. Like Kobe would have left me if I really was terrible all the time.
And okay, so at the tell-all, you I thought you did a good job. You stood your ground. I mean, I was kind of with America in that moment. I have an 18-month-old son, and like I know, that bond of seeing your child, you wanted that so quickly for Kobe, but you stood your ground at the tell-all, and now having it be a year plus later, I mean, are you guys happy that you had that night together, or like now you would totally change your mind? Where are you at with that? That was a big moment in the season.
So I would probably, I'm happy we did it. I think Kobe's happy too. Now we have 2 kids. When do we ever get alone time? It never happens. So, and I'm like, it wasn't like I took you away for a week. I took you away for one day. And I think it really did help, like, connect our chemistry because it had been so long. I did look a lot different. And I don't know. I think we would do it again. I would probably just tell him in advance and be like, is it okay? Instead of pick him up and right away be like, we're going to go screw in the hotel.
You guys were having hot sex in the hotel. We were so glad for that. I mean, look, in hindsight, it worked out, right? I mean, it worked out. You guys have Scarlett now. I mean, everything is good.
Yeah, everything's, I mean, yes. We're not allowed to have any more babies until we move out. So, but.
Okay. Is that what David and Lisa have told you?
Well, my mom on Instagram, someone asked her that the other day and she goes, well, if it happens, it happens. I was like, what? No, that's what my husband told me. Oh. And I tell myself that too. I'm like, no babies until we move out. Yeah, we can't. No.
How many kids do you guys think you want to have?
Oh man. When I first met Kobe, he was like, I want to beat my dad's record, which is 10 kids. And I come from 5. I was like, I'm not having 10, but I would have like 4 or 5 for sure. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, you need to go for 10. I mean, someone has to replace John and Kate plus 8 on TLC on the network. I mean, you guys could be it. You two should go for, I mean, maybe 13 is like 13 is my lucky number. I mean, I would love to see this. Okay. So lots more kids in the works once you guys have your own place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which we're looking for right now. So.
All right, bring us up to speed. I mean, there was so much controversy all season long. When is Emily going to move out? I mean, how are her parents not kicking her out of the house? Kobe wanted to take over your dad's business. Oh my God, I was living for every minute of you two. Okay, give us the update. What do you and Kobe both do for work now? And like, what's the timeline of getting your own place?
Okay. So Kobe is a QC at a construction company, and he works like all the time, overtime. Like some days he's gone 7 to 8 or 7 to 10. Like he's gone all the time. I just stay home with the kids right now, but I want to clarify, there is a difference of like living with your parents and living off of your parents, where Kobe and I do live with my parents, but like we definitely pull our own weight. Like I do all the cooking, like I cook dinner every night. I do the dishes, I do the cleaning. Kobe like helps my mom with the animals. If my dad's like, we need to re-roof the barn, Kobe's like, sure, let's do it. Like it's not like we sit downstairs and have our parents just cater to us. We pay rent and we do pull our weight around the house, which I think a lot of people, we're just like, she's so spoiled, she has no money. I'm like, I live with my parents, I've worked since I was 14, all I do is save my money. Like, why do you think I have no money? Like, all I do is save my money. So yeah, but our timeline, we're looking for a place now. I mean, ideally, anytime we find somewhere, it just sucks. My parents' location is so nice, like in the country.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And I'm like, I don't want to live in town. And now it's really hard to find places like that, with a couple of acres. So we're just looking.
Girl, live there as long as you can. I loved your parents. Tell me about your parents. Did they love being on television? I mean, they were hysterical. They would sit there and they would say, that's it. We're giving Emily and Kobe these ultimatums. And then the next week they'd be like, well, we're going to pay for the entire wedding. And, it was so good. I adored your parents. I loved the entire family dynamic and your sister. Okay, tell us about your parents. How did they feel about being on TV? Because what was interesting is they truly seemed authentically themselves on television. And I wondered, that's good and bad. Sometimes like it was wonderful they had no media training, but then I was like, oh, I wonder how they feel looking back.
Yeah, well, my mom, like way back when she lived in LA, they met in LA, but she was like an actress and model. So she's a hottie.
She's beautiful. Yeah, she's a hottie. And your dad is very handsome too, drinking his red wine. And your dad's such a cute, there is so great.
Oh, my dad, he is the funniest person. But I mean, they're great. Who lets, their 31-year-old with 2 kids and husband live in the basement and bring a guy over they've never met before and be like, sure, he can live here. Like, no problem. Like, never questioned it, not once. And I mean, they are they're the best, like it's hard to move out because I'm like, my kid's going to hang out with their grandparents all the time. I get to hang out with my parents all the time. My dad and Kobe are really, really close. But they loved it. They loved every part of filming. They loved all of it. My dad started getting a bad rep on a couple of episodes. And then he was like, done. He was like, oh my gosh, like people hate me. Cause he's like, it's like me. He's like the nicest person you will ever meet. He'll give his shirt to you. And I don't remember what episode, maybe the breastfeeding episode when, he got into our conversation and people, were just kind of dogging on him about that. And every week we'd be like, don't read the comments. Like he doesn't even have social media. So I'm like, don't read the comments. But then he would go out of his way and like read the comments about himself, and then like get upset. But now America loves him. He just went to Vegas. He drank for free the whole weekend. Like people were coming up for photos. Yeah. And now he loves it.
I mean, your parents have a very recognizable look. I mean, they really do. And your mother is stunning. So I'm not shocked to hear that. Wait, was she in any movies or modeling anything back in the day that we would know?